ISSA's media brands are the voice of the cleaning industry, from our websites to our daily news feeds. From ISSA TV, the ISSA YouTube channel, interview programs such as Straight Talk, and our flagship print and digital publications. ISSA's media brands keep you informed on the most relevant content impacting your business or organization. Access our resources at issa.com/media.
On today's program, I'm with my good friend Chris Arlen with Revenue IQ. He's a consultant for service contractors who are looking to grow their companies. I think that's right, Chris?
Yeah, you got it.
All right. So we're going to ask Chris a couple questions and see what he really knows about helping building service contractors land more work. Specifically, stay with me, Chris. Stay with me. We're going to talk about our annual Building Service Contractor Survey in Cleaning and Maintenance Management magazine. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because, Chris, you posted on my own LinkedIn group that you had questions about in the survey. Question 12, the vast majority, Chris, said they win more work. Building service contractors win more work because of their experience and reputation. Now, I understand you don't totally agree with that, and I thought we were friends and buddies. Your loyalty is in question. What's wrong with this survey? Is the question not right?
Oh, God, you really like to put me on the spot. Thank you, Jeff.
You can talk now, Chris. Go ahead.
Okay. I think it's the reality. The survey was asking the business, business owners, the BSCs. I think the reality is you got to look at it from the customer standpoint, okay? And so when customers are looking to purchase, they're going to look at multiple proposals from multiple janitorial contractors, right? The challenge is if it was only, I want the biggest and the oldest and the best and experience, then all it would be, ABM and Compass and Sodexo, the big guys. The reality is most customers are going to pre-qualify, or at least, do a real informal version of pre-qualifying. They're going to make sure that the contractors who they're going to let to bid are going to be generally good enough, right? Then they're going to have to look at the specifics. So I think the survey points to the fact that it's what the building contractor believes, maybe not necessarily how a customer would view that, right? So I think that's the challenge, is to realize or try and put yourself in the customer standpoint when they got 6 or 7 proposals in front of them, right?
Okay, that makes sense. Now, obviously,
myself?
there were other.
Am I clear?
You're clear. Now, that was the most chosen option. Also, value-added services, one-stop shop, different categories. Pricing was low. Yeah. Not chosen on pricing, which I guess that's encouraging. They're not going with being the cheapest in the market. So, but let me ask you this, Chris. So, if experience reputation isn't the big play here, what can small or mid-sized companies do to compete? What should this survey have in it? Yeah. According to Chris,
according to Chris, I just got off a Zoom meeting with a large contractor, and we were discussing this. In our BSC world, we have lots of little components that go together to fit up a cleaning program, an entire team. The reality is today is that every contractor has an inspection system of some sort, a hiring procedure, a incentive program, it's whether it's E-Verify, whatever. So all these components are available to everybody. So there's no one real unique thing that any contractor does. What I think gives a competitive advantage is how good are the contractor at analyzing what that customer needs first, analyze what they need first. Then secondarily, how creative are they to configure all these different moving parts into a program that's really special, really compelling for that customer, right? When everybody has access to an off-the-shelf inspection or robotics or whatever, right? Those things are no longer differentiators. They're no longer competitive advantages. So what I've always felt for years, it's the creativity and intelligence of the contractor to figure out what's needed and then to creatively put it together. And then, of course, they hire me and I help write the narrative, and then they get the business and everybody goes home happy, right?
Obviously, that's the ultimate solution. Well, I wrote that down, Chris, what you said there. So maybe in next year's survey, we'll add another option in there about the analyzing the needs of the customer, communication, engagement, all that. And we'll see what our survey respondents do. We'll see if they agree with Chris or don't.
Yeah. You know, the interesting, you mentioned about this is what contractors perceive. So
True.
they put price down below. They put price down below. In my experience, price is generally the third highest, okay? There was some research, I've never been able to find it again, but it was about third. And in my experience on the other side of the table in analyzing RFPs or analyzing contracts, right? Or proposals, that's really generally what it is, especially in the service industry, okay? Services are intangible, right? They're heterogeneous, meaning they're different each time, and they're delivered on site at the customer site. So all those things make it really hard to figure out what you actually get, what the customer gets. So price is generally never the determinant, except in a few public agency bids, right? But most of the time, customers want to know what they're getting for that price. So price without value is meaningless, right? If there's a building, downtown building goes for 10 cents a square foot a month, right? I'll walk up to that property manager and say, I'll do it for 1 penny a month. And they go, wow, that's good, I'll take it. The only problem is it's my brother and I come in once a night, we empty 1 trash can, we go. 1 cent a month, that's good, right? So it's that kind of, example about what you get for what they're paying. That's what customers are seeking to do when they choose a contractor.
Yeah, so maybe the question should be asked of the customers, the building managers, the ones who purchase cleaning services. So how about that?
It's another survey for you. You got to get
That's
that
what we
out
need,
there.
more work. Chris, always a pleasure. Let you get back to your life there in New Mexico.
All right, man. Cheers.